brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Normal is broke and common sense is weird, so we're here to help you transform your life. From the Ramsey Network in the Fairwinds Credit Union Studio, this is The Ramsey Show. I'm Dave Ramsey, your host. Rachel Cruze, #1 best-selling author, Ramsey personality, host of The Rachel Cruze Show. My daughter, she's my co-host today. Open phones here at 888-825-5225. Before we go to the phones, we're just going to take a second and get off format a little bit. Off format because some of you will hear all of this in another day or so. Some of you that listen on podcasts and things, you might hear it 2 weeks from now. But acknowledging that, we do this show live from 1 to 4 Central Time every day on the glass in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions. And nice people are out there right now watching us do it, which means they really need to get a hobby. And but there they are.
We love y'all.
We love you.
You're here.
We love you. But I mean, come on, really. And so, but anyway, you're here, and thank you for hanging out with us. We got free coffee and free cookies, so that makes it all worthwhile. So anyway, because of that, and the show is on 680 talk radio stations. Many of those are live, and so just to let you guys that are listening 2 weeks from now understand what's going on. So at the moment we're recording this, it is September 11th, and so. Which I noticed the other day. I noticed a minute ago it's called Patriots Day. I missed that somehow, that it had been named. But the acknowledgement of the terror attacks on the towers, bringing the towers down.
In the Pentagon.
In the Pentagon.
And in Pennsylvania. 3,000
plus, almost 4,000 people losing their lives, including first responders, in a very short period of time. The largest death toll on American soil since Pearl Harbor. And I was actually on the air then when that occurred. This show's been on the air for 30-plus years. We were obviously in a different location with a microphone that was not this nice, but because we were in the beginning stages.
I guess it would be later that day because they were at 9:30 a.m.
We were in the office in staff meeting in the 8:30 a.m. our time.
That's right. And
8:35 is when we sat and watched the second one live on television and going to the towers. And then we've got to decide with a show like this, what are we going to do in the middle of something like that? Because we're basically useless. We're not a news organization. And so we got in touch with our friends at ABC because they're in charge of the satellite that we run this thing on for talk radio. And we got their permission to just put their news feed on our network. And we did that for 2 days and just shut our show down because me commenting on that would have been taking about 5 minutes, and then I wouldn't have anything intelligent to say because I didn't know anything. Nobody knew anything. I was just a regular dude on a microphone in Nashville, Tennessee, and so I didn't need to try to play into that. So we stepped aside and let them cover it for a couple of days, and then I got back on Friday. The stock market reopened on Tuesday following.
Well, Tuesday was the day it happened, so I bet
it was a week later. Yeah, I got back on the air by Thursday, I guess Thursday or Friday, and said, hey, the stock market's going to open next week. You guys chill. So then I had something intelligent.
I don't think I realized that it closed for almost a full week.
Yeah, it was for two reasons. One was the fear. So didn't want the markets to go bananas. And two, Wall Street is literally, the dust had not settled on it.
Yeah.
It's under the shadow of the Twin Towers, or was under the shadow of the Twin Towers. And so it didn't actually get physically damaged, but it was within a few blocks or so there. That's what we were dealing with. So anyway, all of that, and here we sit in the middle of this, and this is the day after the assassination of our friend Charlie Kirk. And so all of that is just a moment to be reflective and go, evil is real. I was on a panel after 9/11, and I was reminded of it yesterday when Charlie was assassinated, and it was like talk radio ABC guy, I won't name them. They were people that you would know their names. And Wolf Blitzer from CNN was conducting the panel. We were at a talk radio convention, which a talk radio convention, guys, is somewhat like going to a Star Wars bar. So kind of some weird characters there. So anyway, we're lined up on this thing, and they're all doing politics and talking about this or that or whatever. And Wolf said, well, Dave, you haven't had much to say, and one of the other hosts was like a DeleteMe type character doing relationship stuff, and she said, "Well, I think we now have to consider that evil is real." And I said, "Well, ma'am, I'm from Tennessee. We already knew it was." And we were just reminded again yesterday. We're at 911. We remember evil is real. There is a conspiracy, and it's called Satan. Evil is real. And then you're reminded when you witness things like that at a distance, and like we witnessed yesterday with Charlie's assassination. Evil is real. Don't know who evil got to do its work for sure yet, but we do know evil's real.
Yeah.
And that's a worldview, period. And in today's moment, with everyone so fired up, to say the least, one way or the other, that just me saying that's going to be controversial, and like I really care what you think about that, but it's okay, I'll deal with it. But so it's very real. It's a real thing, and there are things outside of our control. The weird thing is we spend all our time on this show teaching you to control the things you can control.
Yeah.
You can't control that. I can't control that, but I can control how I react. I can control how I treat other people in the meantime. I can control how I treat my family. I can control much of what happens in my destiny is up to me. And so we try to keep people back on that, rather than you're not a victim of circumstances, and you're not a victim of a systemic evil that is loose in the land and is very real, regardless of who the players are, who the individual players in the flesh are. There's definitely a systemic thing going on. And so we can step back and look at that and go, Jesus, come quickly.
Yeah.
It's just...
Lord, have mercy. I mean,
have mercy on us, Lord, and protect your children. So, but wow, what a crazy thing. So you do have choices, and we're going to go back to reminding you of that in just a few minutes, because we spend our entire lives reminding of that. You have choices, and you have made some bad ones, some of you, like I have made bad ones. I made so many bad ones that it gave me a PhD in DUMB, and qualifies me uniquely to be the cause of this show to happen every day. And so I'm not telling you anything you've done, I've done dumber, with more zeros on the end. So I know exactly what stupid looks like. I'm uniquely qualified to call it out. So we'll get back to doing that in just a few minutes here. But we want to take a second and pause and just remember 911 and the families that were affected there decades later. Decades now. Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? Also remember where I was sitting when I heard that the SEAL team had gotten Osama bin Laden. I know exactly where I was sitting.
Yep.
And that was kind of a joyful moment. One
too.
less evil thing moving around out there.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Good thing.
Heavy day.
Hey, quick reality check. AI isn't just for sci-fi nerds and Silicon Valley tech bros anymore. It's the new weapon of choice for every scammer with fast Wi-Fi and bad intentions. Identity thieves could be using AI right now to steal your info in ways that would have sounded impossible just 5 years ago. We're talking voice cloning, deepfake videos, filing bogus tax returns, draining your bank and retirement accounts, and even home title fraud. And it can happen fast, so most people don't find out until it's too late. So as someone who has had his identity stolen before, I don't mess around. I use Xander ID theft protection because it keeps up with today's threats without the crazy price tag other companies charge. You get real-time monitoring across your whole financial and digital life, and if something does go down, they'll give you the full white glove treatment, like 24/7 restoration services by pros based in the U.S. and up to $2 million in stolen funds and expense coverage. So you don't need to live in fear, but you do need to be smart about protecting your identity from thieves. So go to Xander.com or call 800-356-4282 and get yourself protected today.
Six, 66.
All right, guys. So we're going to continue to walk down memory lane, and then we're going to get to your calls. But 25 years ago, joining the Ramsey team was a guy named Bob Borquez. He's sitting in the booth right now because he's multi-talented. He can do almost anything. His main job in the old days was to call and get new radio stations to carry what was then called The Money Game, later called The Dave Ramsey Show, and now called The Ramsey Show. He has put well over 700 radio stations on the air with us. We currently have 680. You can't keep them. They go away sometimes. And so over that 25 years, so the Ramsey Show success, the network and talk radio land was on the shoulders of a guy named Bob Borquez. He's 25 years with us, 66 years old, and he's retiring this month. So you guys out there,
makes me so sad, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. It's not even going to be. I don't know how we'll operate without you. I mean, it's like we don't know what to do. But yeah, so he's
just the best
he's
guy.
an absolute Ramsey star of the show around here for all these years. And you don't build something of this scale, of this magnitude, without having a whole bunch of thoroughbreds around you. And Bob's a full-blown, won the Kentucky Derby level thoroughbred for sure.
And a wonderful
Love you, brother.
husband, wonderful dad.
Yes, he is.
Strong believer, loves Jesus. He's just incredible. Bob, we're going to miss you.
Yeah, good man. And been an honor to work with you all these years.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for hiring me and giving me a chance. I've loved working with you under your leadership and being with this Ramsey family. It's been such a blessing.
Yeah, you're a good man. Mark is in Memphis. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing great, Mr. David. How you doing, sir?
Better than I deserve, sir. How can we help?
Man, I got a quick question for you. I got a pretty good financial plan. At least I believe it's a good financial plan set up, but I want to run it by you. I trust your judgment better than mine. Currently, I make $80,000 of guaranteed, I would say guaranteed income. I can explain that in a second. Total debt I have, $137,000. That is $111,000 of a mortgage, $16,000 of a home equity line of credit, and $9,500 on a car payment. I have no credit cards, no other debt besides those three items. My current plan is to pay off the home equity line first, just because that's where most of my money has been going, being more interest. The second attack was the car payment, and the last was the mortgage. And the current plan I have set up, everything should be paid off. By the time I think it's 37, I'm currently 28 years old. And going back to the income, say the $80,000 of current income, of guaranteed income, I also bring home another $20,000 or so in bonuses.
Okay,
and
so you're making $100K and you've got $25,000 in debt plus your mortgage.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I would flip the HELOC, Mark, and the car. I would pay the car off first. And if I were you, I mean, I would be aggressive. I would do this. I would look at the consumer debt first and not the mortgage. So I would separate it out. I would look at that $9,000 and see how fast we can get that car paid off. And the HELOC would be next. And then from there, there's probably some other financial goals you may want to hit before even, getting to that mortgage. But that's what I would do. And I think you could do that. I think you'll do it faster than 9 years personally, Mark. Yeah. I think you'll be able to attack this stuff quick, but especially the car, I would go ahead and get that out. Cause how much is your payment per month on the car?
The car payment is $465 a month.
Okay.
Yeah. See what you should, at a minimum, you ought to be done in a year. That's $2,000 a month, not counting the house.
Correct.
$2,000 a month, you're done. And so that tells us with $460 plus $2,000 a month on the car, that's $2,500 on $9,000. That tells us in 3 months and some change the car's gone, and then we knock the other out in the next 9 months. And so when you do it that quickly, Mark, the interest rate on either one of these things doesn't matter because you're not going to have it very long.
Yes, sir.
So we always tell you to pay what Rachel's doing, the smallest off first. If you're 100% debt-free other than your house in 1 year, you've not done anything dumb either way. But I think you'll have better results, and we've proven it by paying off the smallest first. And we teach a thing called the baby steps. And in baby step 2, you pay off your debts, smallest to largest, paying minimum payments on everything but the little one, and attack the little one with a vengeance, and then move on up. And then, I think your house will be paid off that quick because you got a very modest mortgage, been very wise in that regard, and you make really good money. So congratulations. Hey, I'm going to send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover. It gives you all the details on the baby steps, exactly why, when, and how to work them. And, dude, work them in exactly that order. It's proven to build millionaires. It absolutely works. Melissa's in North Carolina. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. How about you?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
I guess my main question is, can you ever graduate from baby step number 4? And to go into that, my spouse is military. And so we have never bought a house because we didn't want to trap ourselves into having a mortgage and also a rent or a second mortgage. So we were mainly just really aggressive with retirement. And then also we had a child about 2 years ago, and we were aggressive with a 529 plan. So we feel pretty good about where that's at. And so when my spouse retires next year, should we really scale down on the retirement savings? So right now we've got about $225K in all the different retirement accounts, mainly TSP.
Way to go, Melissa.
Well,
Way to go. It feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Started early.
And thanks. Tell your husband thanks for his service. So I would just use a
do.
different phrasing than graduate. So you may have heard us talk about when you finish baby step 3, you've got 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, and you are out of debt except your home. If you don't have a home, that's the point that people will start saving for a down payment on a home. Typically, you're not in that situation. And we call that baby step 3B. And when they're doing the save for the down payment thing in 3B, some people put money into their baby step 4 and some don't. Okay? While they're saving for a down payment. And so what's happened is you didn't buy a house as a strategic move yet, and that was a wise move. I agree with your strategy. Now, when he gets out of the military, you are going to buy a house, and so really what that's going to do is it's going to put you back to baby step 3B, and you might temporarily put retirement and kids' college on hold, but not because you graduated, but because you're kind of going
Shifting
back to get you're stopping to get your down payment saved.
Did you say he's retiring, Melissa, next year?
Yes, so
Okay.
he'll have a pension. So that's another reason why when I do the calculations up in the numbers of the way 225 will, increase, in theory over the next 30 years because we're 36. So, so that's why I wondered.
No, you don't. You never stop saving permanently.
Okay.
So, no, I disagree with, we got a good military pension and 225 is enough. No, I would always be doing 3 things with money once I'm out of debt. I would always be having fun with it, investing it, and being generous. You never graduate from those 3 things.
Okay, got it.
But your
So we can
savings-
scale back. We can scale back the 15%.
Yeah, or stop
Yes.
it. Or stop
Yeah,
it while
or
you save a down payment.
Yep.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
and hey, you're 2 years out, you could stop it now.
Oh, okay. All right.
And save, save like crazy right now for a down payment. Has he got his new career picked out?
Not yet. He also has, education benefits. So,
I know, but he needs to get it picked out. 2 years is going to be here in about 20 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. But career-wise, yes, he wants to work with computers in like network security.
That's
where
great.
It's great.
Yeah, phenomenal. Okay, so move on from the military.
And that's an exciting step. When you do retire from that, you guys get to be settled in at a city. You get to buy a home. You get to plant roots. I mean, it's a fun next season for you guys, the next chapter.
And you've earned it, serving your country for 20 years.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Y'all, do you want to know a game changer for your grocery budget? Start your weekly shopping at Aldi. Seriously, by making Aldi your first stop, you can easily check off your family favorites. From fresh organic produce to grass-fed ground beef, marinated, ready-to-cook chicken breasts, and high-quality dairy products. You'll be able to make incredible meals while keeping your budget on track. So no overpriced gimmicks or membership fees here. Now, real families like yours are saving up to $4,000 a year just by making Aldi their go-to grocery store every week. Find a store near you at aldi.us. That's ALDI.us.
Savings based on regional analysis of Aldi versus select competitors. Prices may vary by location, product availability, and the market.
Mary is with us in Virginia. Hi, Mary. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Yes, I'm calling trying to get your advice on what we should do, my husband and I, with a large sum of money that we're going to be getting over the next 5 years or so.
Send
my
it to
husband goes back to
Dave's
school.
Bahama Fund.
That does sound nice.
Dave's Virgin Island Fund. Yeah. So
You're right,
what's
right.
a large sum? How much?
We should be getting after taxes about $500,000.
You're selling a business.
Correct. We're
Way to
settling
go!
a hospitality business.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
How fun!
Yeah.
How long have you run the business?
Yeah, we're excited. Well, so actually it's a family business that I just have share in, and we've decided to move on as a family.
Wow.
So that's my share.
How many
Oh, wow.
how many generations?
3.
And what kind of business? Just curious.
It's a hospitality. Well, it's actually like a restaurant and a gift shop, but it's still going to be with my family. It's just being sold. It's kind of complicated.
Well, it's one
yeah.
family member's buying out the rest.
Pretty much, more or less.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's cool. I'm sorry. I love family business stories, and I study it, and I coach a lot of family businesses. Our team does through Entree Leadership. So I was just curious about the details. Well, wonderful. $500,000, and you want to know what to do with it.
Right. We have a little bit of a not so straightforward future. The next 5 years, my husband is actually leaving the military, and he's going back to school. He wants to be a doctor. He's wanted that for a long time. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm working part-time and also taking care of our kids. So we're just trying to figure out the wisest way to spend this money without as much financial security.
He wants to be an MD.
For the next 5 years. Correct.
And how much is the military going to pay for that? How much of that are they going to
School
pay?
is free. We will pay nothing.
All the way through med school?
All the way through.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, thank you for your service. That's awesomeness.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't
We
need
feel very
that,
blessed.
but you may need money to eat with while he's not working and going through that.
Right. And we have, so our monthly expenses are about $6,000, and based on like his different payouts from the military, we have about $4,000 coming in every month, whether I work or not.
Okay.
So we have about $2,000 deficit a month. And then on top of that, we have $125,000 in cash, like high yield savings, and then $180 in liquid investments, like the stock market, and then $350 in retirement.
Do you have any debt?
Good job.
No debt, no.
Even on the house?
No, we do owe about $230 on our mortgage.
Okay.
It's worth about $450.
Okay.
We may or may not be moving, depending on. He's actually applying to med schools now, so we're not sure exactly where we'll be. We're hoping to stay in the area.
Okay.
Do you want to continue working, Mary, part-time? Is that something that you enjoy, or would you
Part-time.
step back from that even? during
No,
this?
I do enjoy it, and I want to keep my skills up.
Mhm.
I'm a physical therapist by trade, so I don't know that I want to be responsible for the whole load of, I want to have a backstop should I not want to work, or we would like to have more kids and things like that.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so you have a mortgage balance of what again?
230.
230.
Okay, and you have 300 in liquid and in high yield, and you're getting another 500, so you got 800 to work with, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's just the only thing is with the payouts, it depends on how they decide to pay them out. It's going to be over the next 5 years. We just don't know if it's going to be one large lump sum up front or slow leaks over.
So it could be
for 5
it could be
years.
100 each year or something.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be more than $2,000 a month, though.
Right, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So, All right. So, well, as soon as you know if you're staying in the area, if you are, pay off the house that day, whether you've got this money or not, because you got enough money in the bank now to do that, and you should have already done that.
Yeah, and we thought about it. We just, with our future is so uncertain.
Well, as soon as you
this
know,
is new to us.
as soon as you know where he's going to med school, then you know if you're going to stay in that house, right? That's going to be in what, the next year, right?
Right.
Okay. Then pay off the house if you're staying. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Yep.
Now your expenses just went down. Hello.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to take the rest of it from the sale of the restaurant and the portion that we also didn't use, because you have $300, you only need $230 to pay off the house, and by the time you get to it, you probably only need $210 to pay off the house. So we're going to put the rest of it get with a SmartVestor Pro, someone that we endorse. We don't do investments, but if I were in your shoes, I would put this in good growth stock mutual funds. I would look for some low turnover funds, which that means they don't sell the stocks inside them very often. They're fairly conservative funds. They're not very exciting, but you also don't have a lot of taxes on them. And if they earn 10% and you had $600,000 to work with, that'd be $60,000 a year. That'd be $5,000 a month. You're not going to have all of that initially, but eventually that's where you'll get to.
Mm-hmm. And so you would recommend the stock market even if we're not like if we do need to take some of that out?
Why would you need to take some of it out?
Well, just for monthly expenses if I'm not working.
No. We just covered monthly expenses.
Sorry.
I want you to begin taking out the income off of it. If you invest $600 and it makes $60 a year, they'll send you a check for $5,000 a month out of that.
Right. Now I understand. Thank you.
Okay. And we're not going to touch it. But we're going to leave the goose that's laying the golden eggs alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the initial investment.
That's the portion that goes in there. And so, yeah, the day you know if you're going to stay in town or not, you pay off the house. If you move, buy a house of equal dollar amount as you have now or less, and do the same plan.
Okay.
Don't use moving as an excuse to move up in house while he's in med school.
Yeah, no.
You can move again after he gets out of med school.
Right.
And you might very well move again after he gets out of med school anyway.
And more depending upon his income versus this.
Yeah, well, based on his income, but you also might move cities after you leave med school.
Oh, yeah.
You might get a great offer with a great hospital in a city you'd rather live in than where the med school is.
How long will that take, Mary? Do you know? The program that he wants to do and everything? Is it 5-6 years?
It really depends. No, so med school is like next 5 more years essentially, and then he's got 3 years at least after that of residency. So the pay there is less than 6 figures typically.
Yeah.
But again, you
it's
guys have done
more than enough for us to live on.
Sure.
With the other incomes that we have.
You've done such a wonderful job. If you use this nest egg you called about, plus your normal operating procedure, which you guys are very careful and you're very good planners, you've done an excellent job. If you do all of that, this is very, very doable with no debt at all, and living completely debt-free the entire time. And your wealth will continue to grow, and then when he comes out of residency, it's going to go zoom, zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dave, you just said a Mazda zoom. I know you're a car guy. If I do need a new car with growing family, would you support using some of this money to buy?
Yeah, we just want to be real careful, because if we take the leg off the goose and then we take another leg off the goose, pretty soon your goose is cooked.
Yeah.
So don't be messing with that principle, okay?
But
it's a bad thing.
But get a car.
Yeah, get a car.
Update,
But, I mean, listen, you told me you need $2,000 a month. We just gave you $5,000 a month. So save up and buy a car. I mean, you got plenty of money coming in off of this. But no, I would not support using the goose. Leave the principle alone.
You wouldn't use any of the $500,000 to get a car?
You don't need to. You got the money. Crap. Right now they got the money.
Yeah, that's true.
If they pay off, if they have $300K in the bank in these 2 accounts and they pay off $230, they got $90. What kind of car does this woman need?
Yes.
Okay, so
maybe a $90 Suburban. We don't know.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Your husband's in med school. Maybe not. Maybe we're driving a cheaper Suburban.
I know.
An older one.
Or a minivan.
There we go. Yeah. That's important.
It's great.
But yeah. I don't be.
No, I hear you. It's good.
Develop a game plan and then work the system, and then don't get all antsy and jump the system. That's the whole issue here. You guys have been doing a really good job of that. I'll say it again. So I don't think you're going to mess this up. but just I know I've got about 35 other million people listening who might mess it up. So we just kind of want to make sure that
Let the
while we're
goose
talking
stay.
to Mary, we
So
know
what you
there's people eavesdropping. There we go. We've told you for years, debt is dumb, cash is king, and the borrower is slave to the lender. So when we find a bank that actually gets that, we shout it from the rooftops. That's why we've partnered with Fairwinds Credit Union. These guys aren't pushing credit cards or auto loans like your current bank is. Fairwinds is on your side, and now they've taken it to the next level. They worked with us to create a high-yield savings account that gives you a great rate without the junk. No bait-and-switch rates, no credit score games, just a simple, powerful way to help you build your emergency fund fast. It's part of what Fairwinds calls the Smart Bundle, made for Ramsey fans. You get high-yield savings, a no-fee checking account, and zero gimmicks. Just common sense banking that works with the baby steps, not against them. And coming soon, they're launching a brand new Ramsey debit card. It says debt is normal, be weird, right on the front of it. That's not just a card. That's a daily reminder that you do money differently. So check them out at fairwinds.org/Ramsey.
Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck and feeling like you can't get ahead, join one of our free EveryDollar trainings. New trainings every week this month, and they're all hosted by one of the Ramsey personalities, either Rachel or Jade or George. We're going to show you how to stick to a budget, find thousands of dollars of margin using EveryDollar. Since I started doing this with a yellow pad, long before there was a sophisticated piece of software to show you exactly, an app to show you exactly how to work our system, including the budget, just doing a budget, I've always heard people, when I sit down with them doing coaching one-on-one, they would say, Dave, I feel like I just got a raise. When you make your money behave and be efficient, you always have that feeling. So you're going to find thousands of dollars worth of margin when George or Rachel or Jade walk you through this. And you can ask questions during the live Q&A, and you're going to learn how to get out of debt. Why? So you can become wealthy, because your most powerful wealth-building tool is your income. Sign up for free at RamseySolutions.com/webinar. Jim is in Texas. Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I need some advice on how I can break it to my wife that we are broke and that we are $500,000 in debt.
Wow.
Why does she not know this?
I take care of all of our finances. She has a credit card that she swipes and doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yes, she should.
It's just something that I've taken advantage of and, gotten us even deeper with not including her in this spending ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
How long y'all been married?
We've been together since we were 16, and I'm 26 and she is 25.
You got married when you were 16?
Just shy of 10 years. No, we've been dating since 16, and we got married in 2022.
She's been married 3 years.
Yes.
You ran up $500,000 in debt in 3 years?
Yes.
What the crap did you buy?
Well, I went from an income of $25,000 in 2022 to an income of $150,000 in 23, and then year to date for 25, I'm at $195,000, just myself.
Yeah, that doesn't explain how you went $500,000 in debt. Your income
Is it
went
your
up.
house too, Jim? Does that include your house?
It does.
How much do you owe on your home?
$330,000.
Okay, she knows that.
Yes.
Okay, and what is the other $170,000 in debt?
We have 2 vehicle loans, and majority of the other debt is credit cards.
Okay, so the 2 vehicle loans amount to what?
My vehicle is $50,000 and hers is $35,000.
Okay, and she's aware of those.
She is.
Okay, and so
which those are just reoccurring payments. That
I know, but she's not. It's not like the way you describe this is like there's $500,000 in debt my wife doesn't know about. Yes, she does.
It's about $80,000 of credit card debt that she may not understand is floating out there.
But she's been running her credit card around like she's in Congress, so she probably has a clue about that too.
She may not think it's 80. She may think 15 to 20.
Yeah. Okay, so
80...
you guys are you said 26 years old.
Yes.
Okay, so let's reframe this a little bit then. Okay, what you're really asking is how do I get my wife to get on a plan because our current plan sucks.
Correct.
Okay. Not how do I tell her about $500,000 in debt she doesn't know, because that's not true. She does know about it.
Yeah.
All right. So what I would do is say this. Say, hon, I gave this a shot. I'm a new husband. I didn't know what I was doing, but I am getting very afraid with our current trajectory that even though we make a lot of money, that we're going to be broke, and we are really broke right now, making $190,000 a year. We have car payments, we have house payments, we have credit cards that are out of control, and you and I are going to have to work together to get on a different system than the one we've been using. Because the one we've been using, which is me just letting you do anything you want to do, and me not telling anybody anything, those are 2 really bad ideas, and we're going to stop doing that.
Yeah. I'm waving the white flag, and I'm not doing this anymore. I can't.
Surrender.
And I'm sorry. I haven't told you about the credit card. Like, this is everything.
I don't think you were deceiving someone. I think you're concerned that you've never told her no, and now you get the opportunity for her to be an adult and tell herself no.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you think that's going to go?
She's easygoing. I think it'll go okay. It's just handing the ball over to someone else.
No, we're not handing the ball over to somebody else. The 2 of you are going to sit down together like 2 grown-ups instead of daddy and daughter.
Okay.
You're like a daddy spoiling his only daughter. Instead, you're going to say, honey, we're going to sit down like 2 adults now, and here's how much money's coming in, and here's what we owe on the house, and here's what we have to pay on these stupid cars, and we make $190,000 a year, and we're broke because we're out of control. We don't have a system, and we buy everything in sight. So we together need to figure out how we, as 2 grown-ups, are going to exist on freaking $200,000 a year at 26 years old. Wah!
Well, that's just my income.
What does she make?
Including hers.
What does she make?
$55,000 a year.
Okay,
well, then let's try it again. $245,000 a year. We make $250,000 a year, and we are broke. So because our system sucks so bad.
We start on Xing out some of this debt.
I recommend that the 2 of you sit down and have a come to Jesus meeting tonight and say, here's what our total income is per month. Here's what we have to spend on the house. Here's what we have to spend on these cars. We have this much in credit card debt, and we have to buy some food and lights. Let's figure this out. And all of a sudden, you guys are going to go, holy crap, we're out of control. Both of you are going to have that moment. You've already had the moment. You're just trying to figure out how to navigate the fact that you're not doing it by yourself anymore. Dude, that was a bad idea to start with, and we're stopping that right now. Because we get 2 benefits. One is you get another brain involved to help you. The other thing, the benefit you get is you don't have to carry all the stress by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other benefit is she suddenly is, as a grown-up, is going to buy into a future plan, a plan that takes us to a solid future versus I just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, and the good thing is, Jim, you guys are going to see as you start mapping this out,
it's
going to be, it's going to be fast. I mean, like after taxes, after taxes, and you guys say you lived on $90,000. That frees up. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, you
debt
could,
free in a year.
Yeah, $110,000 put towards this debt. Well, you could be
I also haven't filed for 2024.
What? What'd you say?
Okay, put that on the list.
I haven't filed my taxes for 2024.
Well, what do you owe there? What do you owe there? What will the tax bill be?
I just spoke with the tax lady today. I paid $25,000 in 2023, so I'm reckoning.
You've not set any
that.
money aside for your taxes? Are you 1099 or something?
I am 1099.
Okay, and you've
My
not done any
wife's
quarterly
W-2.
estimates?
I have not.
Your tax lady sucks. How
She
in the
had- she
world are you
did,
making that
and
kind of
I
money and not
moved
doing
on to
quarterly
a new
estimates?
one.
What?
She did, and I moved on to another tax lady.
Oh, she wanted to do quarterly estimates?
No, she didn't give me any advice, nowhere to go. Just kind of send me what your income is, and I'll tell you what you owe.
Okay, yeah. Go to RamseySolutions.com, and you can find one of the endorsed local providers for taxes. The Ramsey trusted people to help. You need to be doing quarterly estimates. But now you got another $25,000 or $40,000 or whatever it is. It's on this list of things you've got to address. But dude, you got to start at the top.
That still leaves you seven. Yeah. You guys can start knocking this out, Jim. So what I would do is sit down tonight. You guys need to list out all of your debt. I would include the IRS bill in that, and that'll be first. Then list out every credit card and what you guys owe on it.
Cut them up.
Both car loans, cut them up, be done with it. And you start working your way the smallest debt first. Well, the IRS is going to be paid, so get that paid
But this
first.
is not you telling your wife what to do.
No.
This is you saying, honey, join me in being a grown-up and living on less than we make.
And that you're not going to do this by yourself anymore, Jim. And
I
tell
don't-
her
I-
that.
I need-
Every month we're going to sit down
I
and
need some help.
relook at this plan.
I need some help. I need
We
you
need
to
to
walk
do
with
this
me
together.
on this.
Yeah.
This is our future together, and we don't have one right now because the way we've been doing this is straight up stupid. And it's got to stop. And that's okay. Just wave the white flag, like Rachel said.
And you guys are
I
young.
Surrender. You
If
got plenty of
change
time.
this, yes.
You
Oh my
make
gosh.
a lot of money.
You guys could be multi-millionaires.
You're going to be
if
okay
you start this. Yes. Yeah.
if you get in control of this and just, quit kicking the can down the road.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Most of us are guilty of oversharing with the wrong person sometimes. And as fun as it can be to talk to people about everyday stuff, when you need help with relationships, anxiety, depression, or other clinical issues, random people may not have the right answers. Sometimes you need real guidance from a licensed therapist who follows a strict code of conduct, someone who's actually trained to sit with hurting people. And that's why I recommend reaching out to my friends at BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the largest online therapy provider in the world. That means no matter what you're facing, they've probably got someone who specializes in exactly what you're struggling with. BetterHelp is totally online, which makes it easy to fit therapy into your busy schedule. To get started, just answer a few simple questions, nothing scary, and they're going to connect you with a licensed therapist who fits your needs. Plus, if it's not the right fit, you can switch anytime for no extra cost. BetterHelp has been matching people with therapists for over 10 years, and their 4.9 rating shows that they usually get it exactly right. Find the right one with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Ramsey to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Ramsey.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Rachel Cruze, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, and my daughter is my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Cheryl is with us in Atlanta. Hey, Cheryl, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good. How can I help?
Okay. I have cleaning service in Atlanta. I make about $13,000 a month. I started the Dave Ramsey plan and paid off over half my debt in the past 6 months. However, the first 2 years when I started my business, I thought I had won the lottery with all the extra money, and then I got in some bad behaviors with spending. So I incurred about like $45,000 in debt. But I'm down to 20,000. I've been crushing it this year. I got the EveryDollar, and I've been budgeting. We don't eat out. We eat cheap. I've cut spending.
Way to go.
A lot.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. But So I have not been saving for my taxes. So this year, instead of writing off so many expenses, I want to claim more because I would like a house one day. But I have not saved up for maybe $16,000 in taxes.
Okay.
So how can I save this up and still pay my operating costs as well as my own bills? I want to catch this before April.
Good. You're getting ahead of it a little bit. Okay, so your taxes for the last year are paid, but not for 24.
Yeah, I've been writing
25.
off. I wrote the income was like 156, and the tax person got it down to like maybe I made on paper 14,000. So I tried to get a loan for a house, and they said no.
Stop. You are under the illusion that there are mysterious ghost columns that are not actual expenses that can be written off. Those don't exist. If you only made 14,000 for tax purposes, that means you only made 14,000.
Yeah, like writing off. Like
no, honey, that means you won't make a freaking profit. Your business is barely open.
Okay.
Those are actual expenses that you write off. There's no other thing except depreciation schedules, and you don't have any of those in a business your size. So you're really not making any money. You've gotten confused. Okay, let's stop a second. Let's just have a basic business primer here for a second, all right? Business works like this. Gross revenues are the total intake that you bring in from the customer, your total revenue.
Correct.
That is apparently about $13,000 a month. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you have the business expenses that it takes to actually operate the business in order to make the $13,000 come in the door. Those expenses are called expenses. They're subtracted from the $13,000. What is left is called profit. That is taxable.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay. Yes, sir. I was just going off of like the last year. This year, I've been doing my own P&Ls, and I'm much more. I was having other people do it because.
So wait a minute. If you're doing your own P&Ls, you shouldn't be getting a different answer.
Yeah. Right.
Your P&L is a P&L.
This year has been more. I started painting as well as cleaning, so the price point has gone up.
Okay, so you've had more revenue come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
All right, and even a few more expenses, but the net is more profit, maybe. Okay.
Yes,
so that's lesson number one. Now, when you have a separate checking account for your business, the only money that goes into that checking account is money you earn from your services, the revenue from the business. The only thing you write out of that account is expenses to run the business. Nothing else. You don't buy groceries out of that account. You don't go out to eat out of that account. You don't go buy a car out of that account because you can't write that crap off. That's bull. Okay? You only put actual business expenses, rent, payroll, if you're paying somebody else.
Cleaning supplies.
Apparently you're in the cleaning business. Paint, if you're buying paint, whatever those actual expenses are. Then what's left, income minus expenses, that is the P&L. It also happens to be your checkbook register. And what's left in there is called cash basis accounting, and that is your actual profit. When you take some of that profit home out of that account, you should set aside a fourth of it for taxes. Every single time you pull money out of the business, you should set aside a fourth of it over into a separate savings account for taxes because you're supposed to pay quarterly estimates on your profits, and if you do not, they hit you with a large butt penalty, which you're getting hammered right now the way you're doing this. That's why I'm so leaning on you, okay? Because you're getting killed by this tiny lack of sophistication, okay? So you've got to separate the business and then business expenses and business income. What's left is profit.
How much?
When I bring profit home, that is what will help me buy a house, and you can't make that number up in order to more quickly buy a house because there's no made-up expenses that you're not taking. You have to take all your expenses. There's no reason to pay a bunch of taxes and not claim your proper expenses to hide from the government that you're not profitable, so you pay more taxes so you get a mortgage you can't afford.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've changed so many behaviors. I've been on it this past 6 months. I realize that that's what's going to be happening, and so I just
I'm sorry, Cheryl. I don't want to be mean or anything, but you ain't on it.
Okay.
What you've described to me is chaotic. You might have been paying some on your taxes, but what I just described to you is the way to do this.
Is that how you do it, Cheryl? The way he just talked about it, though? Do you have everything separated out?
Yes, I do now. I wasn't before.
Yeah,
I wasn't before.
But
and
you
then
are
the tax
now.
person just kind of Yes, I am now.
So
yes.
how much are you taking out of your business account? How much are you paying yourself per month?
Profit.
It's around 4,000 or 5,000 after all of the cost, labor, and everything.
Good.
That's great.
That's what you qualify for a house with.
Yes.
There's no way to hide and pretend like you make more money than you actually make.
Yeah.
Not responsibly, okay?
Nope.
And make sure you're paying your
We're being
quarterlies. Now,
responsible
we got $4,000 a month. That's $48,000 a year, and we need $16,000 by April 15th.
Yeah.
$48,000 a year. We only got a half a year left. So that's $24,000, and you need $16,000. Have you got any other income your family eats on?
No, I am sole provider. It's me and my son. Well, there's a whole other story about my
But I mean, you're the only, this income is all you have to eat on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because you're not going to make but $24,000 if you stay at $4,000 a month between now and April 15th, right?
That's why we're painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much are you making per month on that?
I have them together right now, but the price point for a space that I would get cleaned like $120. Do I need to start a separate painting business?
No, you can. It can all go in there as long as all the expenses for it come out of there. And so you're right. The answer to the equation is you need to make more money between now and April, or you're not going to have $16,000 and eat.
Yeah.
With the numbers you're giving.
Is it like when they give you that bill, do you have to pay it like right then, or?
Yeah.
Like,
no, honey, you were already supposed to have paid it. You're already late. Because you're supposed
she's
to have
talking
paid.
about.
No, the $16,000. It's a quarterly estimate that she hadn't paid. She should have been paying $4,000 a quarter.
I was thinking it was an annual. I don't think she was doing quarterly estimates. I think she was doing annual.
She has to.
No, I know she has to.
But she's not.
I know.
So she's already late. The quarterly estimates aren't paid. It's unpaid quarterly estimates. So you're already late. So you're already going to get penalized. So I'd start doing get with your CPA and start doing quarterly estimates now. That's a good start. Well, that's just for 25. Jeez, you got 24 still.
If you ever Googled yourself, here's the 2 worst things you can find. Photo evidence of your worst haircut and your personal data floating around on some sketchy website. I mean, the bangs were regrettable, but your info being bought, sold, and reposted all over the World Wide Web, even worse. And trust me, it happens all the time. And that's why I use DeleteMe. You guys, over 20 billion records have been leaked in recent years, and that info gets pulled into these people search sites. So stuff like your name, number, address, even your kids' names is out there for anyone to see. But if you're trying to clean up your personal data yourself, good luck. It can be a part-time job just submitting these opt-out requests. So if you don't want your personal info out there, you should be using DeleteMe too. DeleteMe has real people who track down your data, remove it from these shady sites, and make sure it stays removed. Plus, you get a report from DeleteMe showing exactly what was found and what's been deleted. So, take back your privacy with DeleteMe. Right now, Ramsey listeners get 20% off at joindeleteme.com/Ramsey with code Ramsey at checkout. So do that today. Joindeleteme.com/Ramsey, code Ramsey.
Guys, if you're enjoying the show and you think it's helpful, we would appreciate it if you'd help us out. Click the subscribe button or the follow button, the share button, share the show, or cut out the link and send it to somebody. If you're listening on talk radio, tell people the station you're listening to. Help us, in other words, spread the word. Oh, and those 5-star reviews, they move the needle on the algorithm too. What happens is these different platforms that broadcast the show, whether it's podcast or YouTube or whatever it is, wherever you're finding
Spotify.
Video or audio, Spotify, everything out there, Apple, anything, they all use an algorithm that if there's activity around the show, they push the show forward and present it to other people. And so it helps us a ton if you guys actually do that activity thing. So help us. We appreciate that very, very much. We know a bunch of you are because there's bazillions and millions of new ones every month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dalton is with us in South Carolina. Hi, Dalton. How are you?
I'm doing good, Dave. How about yourself?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Okay, so my question is, I'm wondering if I'm crazy for thinking about doing a career change right after completing baby step 2.
Okay.
So a little bit of background. I'm 25 years old, and I work at my local Ford dealership here in my town, and I'm at the highest possible salary that this company will allow me to get. And I don't know whether it's the job or the place, but I am very irritated with this company. And so,
well, it's the place. You just said it.
Right. But my question is, I just finished paying off my last $4,700 from.
Okay, baby step 2 doesn't have anything to do with it. What do you make?
I make $87,000 a year before taxes.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
What do you do? Sell cars?
I'm a service technician.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, is there? Have you investigated working for someone else? Will they pay more?
I have. I've gone to a couple of other places, but the issue with that is all of the other dealerships are 45 minutes plus from my house.
Do you own your house?
Right now, I'm about. Well, the only piece, that's the only amount of debt that I have is my mortgage.
Oh, so you own the house? Okay, you have a mortgage. Are you married?
I am not.
Okay. And so, what would you make at the other place that you investigated?
It depends on which dealership I go to. I've gotten the same amount, or $2,000 or $3,000 more over where I'm at now.
Per month or year?
Year.
Okay. How bad do you want to be away from these people? Sell your house and move.
I guess I let myself get too comfortable, and that's
I said how bad do you want to be away from these people?
conflict.
I just asked you. I mean, do you want to be bad enough away from them to drive 45 minutes, or sell your house and move closer to the 45-minute change and make a tiny bit more money, do the same thing you already love doing, but for people that you like?
And is that the career change you're talking about, Dalton, is moving companies, or are you wanting to switch careers completely?
I'm wanting to switch careers completely.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm looking to go from automotive to aviation.
Mechanic.
Yes.
Okay. So what?
Or a pilot, depending on which ways I'm leaning more. I'm leaning more towards technician.
Okay. So what do you have to have? Is anything required of you to change? Is there schooling? Is there classes? What do you have to do?
I would have to go back to school to get an airframe and power plant certification.
Okay. So how much does that cost?
When I looked at the tuition, I would have to move up to Greenville to do it. So that was going to be, I think, between $20,000 and $25,000, and I have the ability to cash flow it.
Okay.
So
and what does an aircraft mechanic make?
Down here in Columbia,
are you going to move back after you get it?
It depends on where I can get a job at. Down here in Columbia, it's right around 65 to right where I'm at now to about 90. But if I go to, say, Charlotte or go to Atlanta, it can get up into 150, 160 range.
Great.
So it's all depending on where I can go.
Okay.
No, where you choose to go.
Right, where I choose to go.
Yeah, okay. No, I would not go spend $25,000 in 2 years of my life to make $25,000 a year less. That's dumber than a rock. Of course you wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Come on, man. I mean, that doesn't make sense. But would I go spend that and go move into a different career and change cities and make $150,000, make $50,000, $60,000 more than I have now, and sky's the limit, and you learn a whole new craft, and now you're certified in 2 different types of service, which is not only vehicles and cars, but it's also aircraft? Absolutely, I'd go do that.
And that's what my plan is. Yes.
Yeah, life is a grand adventure. Put your house on the market, move to Greenville. Let's go, man. Get your certification, then move your butt to Charlotte or Atlanta or whatever it is you need to do, and go make some bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And but no, I'm not going to retreat, and that's why I say it's not a baby step 2 thing. In baby step anything, if you can go make more money tomorrow and you want to do it, go do it.
Go do it, yeah.
You don't have to wait to go make more money. But usually when somebody asks us questions, because they want to make less money, and no, I'm not going to endorse that. Not because I'm all about money, but because you can usually make more money doing something you're good at and you love than you can doing something you hate with people that are toxic. So generally speaking, and this idea that in order to be happy, I have to make less money, that's ass backwards. No, in order to be happy, I need to make more money. Hello. That's just crazy, y'all. So it's like, I need to work for a nonprofit because it's holy. No, it's not. It's not any more holy than a profit. That's just silliness.
A profit.
A for-profit.
Oh, I thought you meant like
or
a
the
biblical
profit.
profit.
I don't know. Whichever profit, but any kind of profit. Some kind of profit. God help me with profit. But yeah. All right, there we go. That's what I'm doing, Dalton. Yeah. I would go live your dream, but dude, make your dream a dream, not a nightmare. Lay it out where it's, up and to the right.
Common sense, yes.
Up and to the right, baby.
Yes.
Up and to the right. Go be somebody. Do it, man. I like it. And the cool thing is you got this house you can sell. Probably going to get some money out of that, and that's what's going to help him cash flow.
And you're only 24, so I'm like, you go do this for a few years. Maybe when you're 30, we just met someone that's going to be a pilot. She wants to fly for Delta. We just met her in the lobby.
Yep.
Young girl, know, and you get to maybe make a decision of 10 years to go do that, right? So just keep on dreaming. But yes,
moving on.
Don't make the math go backwards to pay money to make the math go backwards.
Yeah, I think I might feel really good about a pilot flying the plane that knew how to work on it.
No, that gives me a lot of peace.
It does, actually. I mean, it's like, something happens, you can run out there on the wing and fix it, right?
That would be ideal. Don't know if that's reality, but it's good, Dalton. It's good.
Oh, well. Darren's with us. Hi, Darren in Madison, Wisconsin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
So me and my husband are in baby step 2. So far, we have paid off about $215,000.
Wow!
Good job.
Yeah, in the last 22 months.
Way to go.
Yeah, and we are going to be able to pay off the remaining of my husband's student loans by the end of this year, which is about $92,000 left.
Amazing.
And me and my husband sat down and we're like, okay, what's next? And we currently own a home, but we're not living in it because my husband's company has moved us to a new location and they pay for all of our housing expenses. So we have a lot of extra money to throw around and we're like...
By new location, do you mean different city?
Different states about every 6 months.
Okay, and you kept one of the homes back in the other place and by default have become a landlord, not by strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sell that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long-distance landlording is not really a good plan. I mean, if you're sitting in Madison, Wisconsin and said, where's this house located?
Just over the border in the Twin Cities, so it's not a long drive, and we have family there.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you were sitting here in Madison, Wisconsin with the situation you've got and said, we're going to buy a rental house, you probably wouldn't have bought it over there.
Okay.
You got it by default. That's what I mean. You backed into this instead of walked into it. And so it generally ends up being a bad decision. So I'm generally going to sell it. I own a bunch of rental property. I love rental property. I don't have any long-distance rental property. That's how people change Harley oil in your living room. What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 different answers. Economic growth or a recession? Business taxes will go up or down. AI will help us work or it will replace us all. But there's no such thing as a crystal ball. That's why more than 42,000 businesses have future-proofed themselves with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud enterprise resource planning system. Ramsey Solutions uses NetSuite, and you should too. Whether your company's earning millions or even hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth for the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. NetSuite's real-time insights and forecasting help you see into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you spend less time looking backward and more time focusing on what's next. And speaking of what's next, download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/Ramsey. It's free at netsuite.com/Ramsey. Don't just set goals in 2026. Learn how to actually reach them. Our unbelievably popular 2026 Ramsey Goal Planner is here. Yeah, you're ready for 2026. It's packed with monthly content from Rachel and Jade and DeleteMe to help you start your month on track and keep up with your money, your faith, your relationships, follow through on your goals. This thing is massive. We let the creatives loose and told them to have fun, and boy, did they. It is beautiful. We sell out every year. Don't wait. They're $49.97, but when you see it, you'll understand why. It's the most expensive thing we make. It just about. I mean, it's crazy in terms of our cost on it. It's fabulous. So if you're watching on YouTube or podcast, you can click the link in the description, and you can go to RamseySolutions.com/store and get your Ramsey Goal Planner for 2026 before they're gone. I know it's hard to believe, isn't it? Trey is in Florida. Hi, Trey. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Not too much. Hey, so I got a question for you. I probably back in, let's say, January, I bought a motorcycle for $15,000, and in May, I got in a motorcycle wreck and broke my wrist and ankle, and I recovered and I'm doing well.
Good. I'm glad. But, sorry you've been through that.
No problem. I mean, it's what you get into when you hop on a bike, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of now realizing it wasn't a very smart decision, and I'm kind of in the hole with it. So originally it was $15,754, and I've made 6 payments, or possibly more, but I'm right at $15,000 payoff. The bike's worth about $11,000.
They tear up the bike?
So the bike, all that happened was the quick shifter and the body panels need to be replaced. So all that has been done, and it's back to normal.
So the bike's in excellent condition. Now it's back to excellent condition, and it's lost a third of its value in 6 months.
Correct. So I'm trying to figure out what the best route is.
What kind of crap is this? What kind of bike is this?
It's a crotch rocket, so it's a ZX6R 2023.
That's horrible.
Correct.
Man, are you sure that's what? Who said that's what the bike's worth?
Just like when you get it from a dealer, that's about the price average of what you look online and find it at.
From a dealership, though, if you did an individual sale, you could probably get $2,000 more for it, because dealerships are going to buy it at cost. So
absolutely,
it could go up a little bit, but
okay. So you're $2,000 to $4,000 in the hole, depending on how we calculate this, right?
Correct.
Who do you owe the money to?
It's going to be Roadrunner Financial, so loan company.
The motorcycle finance company where you bought it.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And how old are you?
23.
I assume you have no money.
No, I mean I do have an emergency fund.
How much?
I'm $4,000.
Oh, sell the bike.
Correct.
What's the question?
I guess I'm just like, is it okay to just drain the entire savings and call it a day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You want to know what's draining? You know what's draining your savings? That stupid bike.
Paying interest.
Sitting in the garage, going down in value like a rocket.
Absolutely.
No pun intended.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. The sooner we cut bait, the sooner this fish is gone, man.
10-4.
Yeah, write a check, be done. Like by Friday, man. You have a new goal. And then go replenish your savings, because you don't have a stupid motorcycle payment and a stupid motorcycle going down in value like a rocket. Right?
All right. I guess that'll be the plan.
Yeah, I mean, you got two reasons motivating you to drain your savings. Because you put your savings right back because this thing's doing more damage to you than being down to broke. And then, be planning on working like all the OT and all the side hustles and everything else you can the next 3 weeks. Put your money back really super fast, which will keep you from having another mistake, which is having some kind of an event with no money.
6 more months, it's going to be another $4,000.
Yeah.
So be done.
And then, Trey, what I would do is this. One of the things when something costs me money, and I've done a lot of stupid things, a lot of dumber things than this, okay? This is not super dumb. It's just dumb. But, I mean, I've done super dumb. So anytime I do that and I have to learn a painful lesson, so you got like 3 painful lessons here at once, I want to write them down. I want to know what they are so I don't have to do them again. If I do something dumb again, it needs to be a new dumb thing that I've never done before. I don't want to do the same dumb things over. So I try to figure out from an autopsy standpoint what happened here, okay? And I'll walk you through it. Here's the way I would do this if I were in your shoes. I would say, okay, mistake number 1, I was impulsive and bought this thing while I had motorcycle fever. I should have calmed down, taken a cold shower, and waited overnight or waited 2 weeks and not bought this bike at all. And if I was thinking with more wisdom and less passion and less immaturity, I wouldn't have bought the bike. And that's what I would say to myself if I looked up, because I've done that very similar thing. I bought a truck one time. It was a similar situation. I just drove up on the lot. I liked the truck, and I just bought it. And about 3 months later, I hated that stupid truck. And I lost like $2,000 on it. I mean, it's just it's the same thing, right? But it's impulsive as hell. I'm just ridiculous. All right. So then, second thing is I need to understand that things that have motors and wheels go down in value, and I can't finance them because they go down in value and you get stuck in them. Okay. And there was a third one, but I don't remember what it is now. What in the world is that? Well, anyway, just figure out what your lessons are from this so you don't do them again. The biggest thing you did was you were just impulsive. And you didn't give any more thought to this than buying a bag of Fritos. I mean, you just said, whoop, hot Cheetos, let's get something, right? I mean, this thing's a crotch rocket, here we go, boom. This is cool. I'm going to be a cool guy if I had this cool bike, and I bought a cool bike.
Well, he did get in a wreck and got hurt.
And then you laid it down. Yeah,
you
laid it down. Yeah.
Let's find some safer hobbies. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
That was mother. That was Rachel Mother. Find a safer hobby.
Every nurse will tell you, stay away from them.
Yeah, it's
that's the motherly comment for you, Trey.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, that figure out what in the world is going on, and I think it's always good for us to look back and go, okay, if I'm writing a check for stupid tax because I'm paying some tax for being stupid, what do I do so I never have to write that check again? And you can really go back and go, man, I learned a valuable lesson when I was 23 years old. And you could be telling your 23-year-old this.
And I'm assuming it was brand new. I mean, I don't know how much they cost.
That's
but
it.
For the fact that it went down so quickly.
That's the third thing.
Don't buy brand new.
You bought a bike without realizing that it was an absolutely crummy bike in terms of how fast it's going to go down in value. I mean, ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of horrible car deals you can do, but when you lose 30% of the value of something in 6 months, that's in the sucks column, like the super sucks column. I mean, it's over there, right? This is nutto. And so you go, okay, you look that kind of thing up before you buy it. And you go, okay, I think that might change my mind.
I'll buy a 6-month-old bike for $11,000 and let someone else take the 30%.
1-year-old bike at this rate for $5,000.
That's right.
Oh my
gosh.
Right.
Let someone else take the hit.
Yeah, and pay cash for it. And then if you lay it down and you're upside down, at least it's in the garage and you can deal with it, right? It's a different situation. So all of those things are there. But hey, learn your lesson. That's not picking on you, Trey. I'm just kind of setting up that decision-making framework and that wisdom building thing, because the old saying is the reporter went up to the old guy on the porch who was known for being wise, and he was in his 90s, and he said, Uncle Zed, how did you become so wise? He said, I got experience. He said, where'd you get experience? From not being wise. And that's what I always want to learn every time, so that by the time I get older, I do fewer and fewer and fewer dumb things. And so it accelerates my wealth building.
There you go. Hey, you guys, more than 100 million Americans carry medical debt, and that is so scary. And it shows that traditional coverage often leaves people to face big bills alone. Families need more than just coverage. They need community. So, what if your healthcare costs less and you are actually supported by other believers in the process? That's why I love Christian Healthcare Ministries. CHM is a budget-friendly, faith-based alternative to health insurance that's been serving believers since 1981. And they've paid over $12 billion in medical bills. Y'all, that is faith in action. So let me say it again. CHM is not insurance. It's a nationwide health cost-sharing ministry. It's Christians helping other Christians with their medical bills. With CHM, you get to choose your providers. There are no networks, no surprise bills, and no insurance headaches. Whether you're just starting out as a family or you're looking for something that fits your budget better, CHM is where your faith and finances agree. Programs start at just $98 a month. So go to chministries.org/budget to learn more and take the leap of faith today. That's chministries.org/budget.
Mia is in Georgia. Hi, Mia. How are you?
Hey, Dave. I'm good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. How can we help?
Yes. So my husband and I have been married for 13 years, and I got a hold of your book, Total Money Makeover, and the part about having a joint account. We have never had a joint account since we've been married, and I finally was able to sit down with my husband and, tell him the reasons for it. Because even at that time, our marriage was pretty difficult, pretty challenging. And we just weren't in unity, with our finances. But when I sat down with him, he said, that's fine. We can have a joint account, but we should still keep our separate accounts. He's afraid that if we put it all into one account, something, like fraudulent or, scammer could happen.
Bull crap.
Then something would happen to our money.
Absolute bull
Right.
crap. That's ridiculous. Yeah. He doesn't really believe that.
I hope not, but I know it's a trust issue.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I know I haven't been always responsible with my money, but I don't think I've done anything that's like completely irresponsible that's gotten both of us in trouble. But for me, I told him, I was like, it would give us at least a vision, for what we want to do, set some goals perhaps.
Yeah.
And I could see the total picture. I honestly didn't even know where money was going because I could never see it. It was never in one place. So I don't know how I could convince him that we need to do this, to be in unity, to,
I think you're very articulate and you're voicing this fabulously personally.
Mia, what would be the concerns he has about you? You said I haven't been perfect at it, but nothing like crazy. But what would be the things that he may not trust you with? Is it that you spend more than him, that you're more of a free spirit? Like what are the things that he would feel like maybe you're not as quote unquote responsible as he is? I'm not saying that's true, but I am wondering what he would say.
Well, I mean, these were his words. He said to me, I don't want to intermingle my money with you. Because of my spending, and most of my spending comes from like eating out. I tend to do that more than he does. He cooks at home, but I don't go on shopping sprees. I don't, I might spend a little bit more on groceries.
All right, let's stop a second
then.
Then there's an easy fix for that. Okay. So the way that we teach, and you can tell him this, that solves that is we together put together a budget every month where every one of the dollars that are coming into this house from both of us have a name and are allocated to something going back out. That would include Mia going out to eat, and that would include our hitting our goals, and that would include achieving some things that we want to do together. It would include some of the things he is now doing with money that he frankly probably doesn't want to report to you on, and he needs to. He's not bringing that up, but that's there. He's doing a few little things here or there while he's shaming you that he doesn't want everybody to know about. Nothing illegal and nothing crazy, but just little stuff, okay? Like he's spending more at the Coke machine than he wants to tell everybody he does, as an example, or something like that. I don't know. He's buying some little thing, a little part for his gun or something. I don't know, whatever it is, right? But aside from that, now every dollar has a name, and we have full transparency, full disclosure. Oh, and honey, nothing's going to happen with any of this money that you didn't pre-approve. And by the way, nothing's going to happen with any of this money that I didn't pre-approve, because it's all going to be written down, and then we're going to do what was written down. And so unless you approve me being irresponsible with money, there won't be any irresponsibility with money. Right? You see how that works mechanically?
Yes.
The second thing then is to pan back and say, why does this matter ultimately? Okay? Because when we surveyed, the actual data tells us that when we surveyed 10,167 millionaires and did detailed research on them, we found that 89% of them, that's 9 out of 10, all of them just about, said that one of the reasons they were able to become millionaires is because of working together, very detailed together, with a cooperative spouse. When we survey the general public, we find that less than 40% of them work together, and they have no money. So the data says that it's a wealth building tool, and you increase your probability of wealth building substantially, like over double chance.
Well, that's like one of the pros of getting married in a dual income household is you guys have more in the pots to say we have more money to do things with, like invest and give and spend and all of it. And Mia, the other thing is that we find, and I'm sure it's said in the book, Total Money Makeover, but even for you guys, like you said at one point, like our marriage wasn't in a great spot. You know, this activity, if you will, exercise is something that's very unifying because it's very vulnerable. And I will give it to him that for 13 years of doing something and changing it, it may not just be a one-time talk and then he's like, absolutely, right? Like this may kind of be an ongoing discussion for a bit. And there is a level of deep vulnerability and trust there, right? You're kind of like exposing this part of yourself that you haven't. And that's how a lot of married couples live. It's like they have this autonomy of themselves, you know, it's separate, but yet we have chosen to be married, which means we have chosen to do life with someone. And I want to do life with you and in a deeper way because our money exposes our values and it exposes what we are scared about. It exposes, you know, triggers that happen with something. And then you get to have a conversation with your spouse about that so that you actually get to talk and get to know them. Like there's a deep unraveling that happens and money is a filter at which that occurs. And so for you guys to be in the same lane and to work together, not only financially do you guys get ahead, but also relationally. And I would say that to him too, Mia, and say, I just long.
It'll help you heal a marriage.
I long to do this marriage in a deeper, more beautiful, unified way. And this is a symbol of that, right? Because you're taking the thing that you want to hold the tightest and you're opening your hand to your spouse and saying, okay, we're going to do this together. And I don't know. And there will also be conflict, you know? I mean, there's still things that come up and that's fine, but it actually gives you the opportunity to solve it. Our friend Les Parrott always says that conflict is the road to intimacy. And so there is something about understanding that grows a marriage too. So I would, if that's your desire, I would communicate that part of your heart as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll go along with you, Rachel. We've had almost 10 million families now go through Financial Peace University since I started doing it 30 years ago. And the number of times is amazing to me that people come up to me over the years and have said, hey, your financial class saved our marriage. I mean, it's, and then I actually, when I started hearing that enough, I was kind of confused because I'm like, you went the wrong class. The sex class is down the hall. I mean, that's just weird. And they're like, no, really, you forced us to work, to talk about life because we had to do the stupid budget you were making us do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked about life, it did more good than the marriage counselor we were going to, because it forced us to align our dreams and our values. It forced us to have conflict.
Yes.
It forced us to do those things and work through those things just to get to this goal of being debt-free. And in the process, lots of little wrinkles were ironed out of our marriage, or we were on the rocks and about to walk off, and this saved us.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that I saved them. I didn't.
No,
and it really
no.
wasn't even that the budget saved them. It was the fact that they sat down together and for the first time aligned their futures.
Yes.
And paid, and what
And
price
could
we're going
see
to have
what's
to pay to
out
get to
there.
that future.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's interesting. It is the most hate. One of the subjects that we get the most hate on is this, or at least I do. Like
You do.
on
I
social
get hate
media.
on a lot of things. But, yeah.
Well, yeah. But it is something that is so, it is fascinating because, and people will message me or comment about this. Like, well, we just kept fighting. So we just decided to do separate accounts and now we just don't fight anymore. And I'm like, that's the exact fight in marriage you need to be having.
Well, I mean, yeah,
And so when you
let's
sweep
bury,
everything
let's just,
under the
let's
rug.
bury all of that because that has a high rate of resurrection.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to call that zombie feelings when they come back up. Yeah, I mean, my
They
gosh.
will come. They will come.
Yeah, it's
And
just going to blow up someday.
sweeping
You're not
things
going to
under
know
the
what
rug.
happened. It's like a geyser.
I know. Push through the hard.
That's complete emotional moron. We're just gonna ignore this
Well,
and
that's a
pretend like
lot
it's
of-
not there and like it's never gonna come back. You've got to be kidding me.
A lot of people.
Welcome back to the Ramsey Show in the Fairwinds Credit Union studio. Rachel Cruze, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, and my daughter is my co-host today. Donovan is in San Jose, California. Hey, Donovan, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help?
So my wife and I currently invest about 43% of our income, and she wants to take a trip to Europe next year. So I was wondering if that is something that we should look at doing, reducing our investment rate in order to take that trip.
Okay. Are you guys out of debt?
We are out of debt. We are debt-free.
Good. And what's your household income, sir?
So this year we should net about 175.
And what's your net worth?
It's around 89,000.
89,000?
Yes.
With a $175,000 income and a 40% investment rate?
Yes. So my wife and I, we basically finished our education as of last year, and we paid our way all through school.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like our first year of actually making a real income.
So you're both now making good money for the first time ever, and you get to live your dream of investing, and she gets to live her dream of traveling, and that's in conflict. Now it makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what do you guys do for a living?
So I identify as a janitor, and my wife is a ABA therapist.
Okay. You just finished your education, and I'm sorry, did I misunderstand you? I identify as a janitor? Is that what you said?
So basically, I have profit sharing with a company directly under the owners. So my official title would be COO, but honestly, I have to do a lot of different things.
Well, welcome to being the COO. But I mean, what do you make? What do you make a year, Mr. Janitor?
So I make about 80,000 a year.
Okay, all right, that's funny. Okay, I identify. Oh my Lord! All right, that's cute. All right. What's the trip to Europe cost?
So we actually went to Europe for our honeymoon, which was generously gifted to us by the business owners. But when they paid for it, it was around $25,000, and how much we budget towards this trip would probably look around 18 to 20 from what I've been looking at.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Do you guys have any money saved?
Yeah, he's got
Donovan?
$89,000 net worth, and you
Well,
just
net
saved
worth,
that.
but I don't even know what that means. Is that in retirement? Like, is that cash? What is that?
Yeah, so about 16,000 is in a Roth IRA. About 6,000 is in my wife's 401k. I have 35,000 in a cash brokerage account, and then we have about $25,000 in high yield savings account.
Okay.
And how old are you guys?
So I'm 31 and my wife is 28.
Okay, cool. Well, Donovan, I love this. This is a great approach to the question. Thank you. And it just took us a minute to find out where you guys really are, because there's so many assumptions I could make when I see on my screen my wife wants to go to Europe and I want to save 40%. I was getting ready to call you Scrooge McDuck or something, but I don't think you are. I think you're just getting started, and you're a serious guy who wants to hit some numbers, and your wife is serious about enjoying some of this hard work. And so those are fair. Both of them are fair things to do with money. Both arguments are. And so I don't think I would slap my fist on the table and declare either one of these answers to be stupid. Okay? The thing that throws it off a little is it's 40% of your income is going into retirement. So we do tell people systematically throughout the scope of your life, whether this year or next year, I would go to Europe. Because systematically throughout the scope of your life, you need to constantly, with a rhythm, be enjoying your money, investing your money, and being generous with your money. If you consistently, with a rhythm, do all three of those things, all the data that we have and all the experience we have of decades of doing this tells us that you're going to not only become wealthy, but also be very relationally healthy and have a high likelihood of physical health, too, as by the way, weirdly enough. And so all of those things go together when you're doing all three of those things. So to say, no, always save money and live in a cave, collect lint, and only come out on triple coupon Thursday. No, we don't believe that. We think you live like no one else so that later you can live and give like no one else. It feels like to me you guys have paid a price of sacrifice to get the education under your belt and to get to this point to get started. Your reward on the price is saving and investing because that gives you a high. Her reward is the travel and the fun. And both are legitimate.
Mm-hmm. And you can do both,
Yeah.
Donovan. That's the great thing because of your income, because where you guys are. You guys would be able to save, cash flow a trip to Europe, and be saving all together. So,
but I'm probably going to negotiate, as we're discussing this, some trade-offs here. Okay, if we do Europe this year, we really, to be responsible, only need to spend X. If we were to wait 18 months, we could spend Y.
yes. And I have just a slight, not painting a broad stroke with this, but the fact that you guys just went to Europe
Anyway,
and she wants to go back, like I bet she does. I bet it's wonderful. That's great. But also we can't be in a habit or a pattern of doing this all the time.
we do Europe every 2 years.
Because it's just going to continue to, and if you have the money for it, you can, but I want to make sure the pattern is set and the contentment and all of that is being talked about too. That it's not just this assumption
Yeah.
that this is what we're going to do all the time.
Sad thing is we're not giving you a really good answer because both answers are okay, but probably some hybrid of the two, a little rhythm, a little on and a little off, is a better thing. And say, okay, if we do this, then we're not going to do another big trip for 3 years. And we're going to pile up and get this net worth going and get some results so that we can do trips forever. Because, if you keep doing the net worth thing, the trips are infinite later.
Yeah,
But,
sure.
But if you constantly are eating up the money constantly. So, again, it needs to not be a pattern, like Rachel says, and there needs to be a trade-off and go, okay, we spend X now or Y 18 months from now, but in either case, we're probably not going to do, once every 5 years until we hit $1 million net worth, we're probably not going to do a bunch of big, huge trips That's a big trip. That's an expensive.
Well, and I'll say there's a group of girls that went to Europe that we work with, and they just got back, and they spent half of that, and they were able to do a great fun trip. You know what I mean? So there's different degrees at which you can do a trip too. So
yeah,
throwing that out there too.
Wouldn't argue that. Yeah. So it yes and yes. Yeah. Sorry. I wish I could be more precise. Usually I'm devilishly precise, but on this one I'm going to be philosophical a little bit and let you kind of learn the rhythm idea between these three things of generosity and fun and investing. Generosity and fun and investing. And then ratios of those things that allow them all to occur reasonably. Ramsey Show question of the day is brought to you by Yrefi. You may think no one can help with your defaulted private student loans, but Yrefi is different. They work with borrowers that are in tough spots without judgment. Check them out. Yrefi.com/Ramsey. That's the letter Y, REFY.com/Ramsey. Not in all states.
Today's question comes from Kathy in Arizona. I've been a healthcare worker for many years and became close to a patient while she was in the hospital. That was 23 years ago, and we've stayed friends since. She's now 92 years old and a widow. She has a son and a daughter who don't live nearby. She has been estranged from her daughter for almost 15 years. Her son calls periodically to check in on her. She recently revised her will to remove her daughter and put me second in line if something were to happen to her son first. Should I be worried that her daughter could come after me legally? She has not told either of her children about the will details. I want to help her, but I feel like I'm getting in the middle of family drama. What are your thoughts?
You feel like you're getting in the middle of family drama because you are in the middle of family drama. That's why it feels that way.
Yes.
Wow.
So no, legally, no, she can't come after you. If there's a will in place.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, she can't.
You haven't done anything wrong.
But I would encourage her to talk to her kids about this.
Yeah, I would go further than that. Because
would you say no to it?
I would say I don't want this unless you have told both of your children. Which would involve her talking to her daughter that she hadn't talked to in 15 years, so she's not going to do it. But just because, let me just tell you, I would tell you there's 100% chance that you're going to be involved in drama. Did you do anything legally or ethically or morally wrong? No, none of those things. But that doesn't mean you're not going to end up defending yourself. Or the daughter's going to come in and file suit and say, mom wasn't competent and this nurse took advantage of her and try to call you out on medical ethics or something like that. And none of that is true based on what you've told us, Kathy. And it doesn't, it's been 23 years. So that, this is, it's a sweet gesture by a lady who doesn't do conflict. This lady's she doesn't want to deal with her daughter, but she doesn't want to leave her daughter anything. So she wants to take one last poke at her from the grave, and it's just like, nah, I really don't want to be in that. I'm sorry. If 100% chance there's going to be drama. The only question is how much.
Yeah. Okay, here's a really shallow question. Does it matter the amount to you? Is there an amount that's worth the drama?
I guess that's an individual choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's $20 million, let me tell you, I would tell you this. Here's an interesting answer to that. I'm just making this up because it's a fun question. I appreciate it. The more money there is, the more drama there's going to be.
That's probably true. Sure.
Yeah. If she's leaving her $62 and her snow globes, you know,
Snow Village
the
houses.
daughter's going to go, good luck with that, Mom. You know, extra crispy where you're going,
but if it's
Mom.
20 million, she's going to be coming.
If it's 20 million,
more.
the daughter's going to be going medical ethics and dreaming up anything else she can dream up. And this
Right.
nurse has hypnotized her 23 years ago and stolen my mother away. And you know, I mean, you're going to hear all that. But
Yeah, it's fair.
the more money, the more drama. Yeah, for sure. I think that's true. Drama's already here. Drama has announced itself. It's got an engraved invitation to the party. The only question is how much it's going to show out. And I would say in ratio to the amount of money. So I think that's right. But now, how much do I want to get involved? How shallow am I in that regard? That's a good question because, I mean, you know, honestly, I don't want a lot of drama in ratio to the money.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so if it's $67 and 4 snow globes, I don't want to be involved at all.
Yeah, for sure. No.
And so it's not worth it at all. But you know, if the only time you would think about it is if there was more money.
Right.
And I don't guess that's shallow. I guess it's practical.
Well, I just
'Cause
think
I'm going to have
know.
to put up with some crap. Is it worth it?
Right.
That's the question.
And again, we don't know it all, but I mean, the story. You know, there could be a story that she's. I mean, who knows? Some multimillionaire, sweet, kind woman, and this nurse has befriended her, been kind to her, has kids of her own, and that's how this 92-year-old wants to leave her legacy.
I don't think it's a problem. I don't think you've done anything morally or ethically or legally wrong, but that doesn't mean you won't have to defend it.
Yeah, you're going to be in some drama if you
won't
take
have
it.
to defend it. So,
yeah, but I would encourage her to talk to the family about it.
in America, you can sue anyone for anything. You can just make it up.
Yep.
If it's not true, you can just say a bunch of stuff and put it in the pleading and file a lawsuit. Happens all the time, boys and girls.
Good luck, Kathy. Let us know.
Oh, wow. What a mess. Emma's in Washington. Hi, Emma. What's up?
Hi there. We just found out that I'm pregnant about a week ago with our fourth child.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yeah. We currently have a 2003 Honda Odyssey, and my husband has a commuter car. So the Odyssey will obviously fit us, but it's pretty old. And it started to have some transmission issues a few months ago. And we're looking at buying a house. We don't own a house yet. We're really saving hard so we can buy a house. And my question is, should we try to replace the minivan with a more reliable minivan, a newer one, or just go hard at saving for a house and kind of deal with the minivan breaking after the fact?
I mean, it's what, a 22-year-old
Mm-hmm.
van? I would probably replace the van. If I'm you. I have 3 kids, and if I was expecting another one, there's a level of stability if you can cash flow it. And I mean, I wouldn't go get a brand new one, but you could go find a 2015 for, $14,000 or something. I would probably do that, especially if you guys have ongoing issues. I just wouldn't want car maintenance issues all the time with 4 little kids.
Yeah.
If you have the ability to do it.
Challenge, though, because my husband, he's a private school teacher. He makes about $63,000 a year. So $14K for a car is way out.
Well,
So,
haven't y'all been saving for a house?
Yes.
So how much do you have in that account?
We have $11,000 right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're still about 18 months out before we can really even look.
For a house, yes. And that's if you don't take any of this cash to replace the van. If you got it fixed, how much longer do you think it could hold on to?
Who knows? It's 23 years old.
Yeah, I'm 28, so it's almost as old as me. I don't know. I think we probably have a year and a half, 2 years left. We don't go on super long drives or anything like that. And I homeschool. We stay home most of the time. But it's just iffy.
Mm-hmm.
If you bought the house and kept the van, you have to keep a fully funded emergency fund for when the van breaks.
Is that 3 months or 6 months?
I'm probably going with 6.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to, you said the transmission's slipping, and that's going to be an expensive repair at some point. It's probably cheaper than buying another van, but it's still going to be an expensive repair. So you cannot get down to the nub and use up all your cash to buy the house and have no money, and then the van breaks 3 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Emma, is the $11,000 the only money y'all have saved, or do you have a separate account
For emergencies.
For an emergency?
No, that's our emergency fund.
Oh, it is.
Oh, so you don't have any down payment fund?
Not yet. No, that's the struggle.
Oh, well,
We
there's no
just
struggle.
Finally,
There's no struggle.
Yeah,
We're
we-
having a hypothetical. It's not going to occur. You're not buying either one.
Okay.
You don't clean out your emergency fund and upgrade the car, and you don't clean out your emergency fund and buy a house.
Okay.
You don't have $11,000. That changes the story.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I mean I want the family protected by the emergency fund first. Then we talk about moving up in car and cash.
Yeah,
and we talk about down payments on houses.
$63,000 income, it will be a few years for
Yep.
you guys to purchase that, and that's okay.
But
I wouldn't rush
to do
it.
either one. Yeah. Everyone needs insurance, but it can be hard trying to find pros, that is, to help you figure out what to do. I mean, some of these pros are just looking to make a buck, and then there's the good ones that actually know their stuff and put your interest at heart. With a Ramsey trusted insurance pro, you'll never have to deal with a sleazy or slimy insurance person. They're all interviewed, vetted, coached to make sure they're market experts and have your best interests at heart. Go to RamseySolutions.com/coverage and find the type of insurance you're looking for. Connect with a Ramsey trusted agent, and you can click the link in the description if you want. Jimmy is with us. Jimmy is in Arizona. Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm good. I would ask how you're doing, but I assume it's better than you deserve.
Some things are natural. What's up, man?
So my question is that my girlfriend and I are doing married people stuff, but we aren't married, and we do want to get married, committed to each other, but we are on baby step 2. Now my question is, how do I afford things like a ring or a wedding and things like that if all my money's supposed to be going towards my debt?
Well, how much debt have you got?
Well, we've got $87,000 currently down
Wait,
from.
I'm sorry. Let's stop the we thing a minute. How much debt do you have?
Personally, I am in $61,000 of debt.
Okay, and so she has about 20 something.
Yeah.
Okay, 26. Yeah. Okay.
26. Yep.
Yeah. And your 61 is what?
Is personal loan.
To who? A bank?
My parents.
Your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're fairly affluent, so they offer to help me out, and I'm paying them back with some interest.
Okay. Help you out with what? What were you doing?
With paying off my debt and moving on to the next stage in my life and trying to get out of all this.
So they paid your debt, and now you owe them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't really pay off your debt. You just moved it to your parents. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay. All right. And so what was your debt on?
It was originally just a bunch of crap, like things that I didn't need, tents around my house, which maybe I needed, but other things.
Okay. Do you own a home?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is your girlfriend's name on the deed?
No, not yet.
What is your home worth?
It's about $400,000.
Very cool. How old are you?
I am 30.
Oh, okay. All right. And what do you owe on your home?
I owe $230,000.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay. And what do you make, sir?
I make $130 a year.
Okay. And so she makes what?
She makes $70 a year.
Okay, cool. All right. And she's around the same age?
Yeah, she's 28.
Okay. So when you're married, you have a $200,000 household income, a $400,000 house, and $87,000 worth of debt. If you got married tomorrow, that would be the together picture.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you're living together, is what you indicated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long?
It's been almost a year now.
Okay. All right. What is the dream for the wedding?
Well, she's okay with going to the courthouse tonight, and I've got like over 20 aunts and uncles and like over 30 cousins, and I would like as many of them as I can afford to be there. But
okay, all right.
I'm not sure how to afford that.
Okay, and what is your personal take-home pay a month?
My personal take-home pay after taxes is $8,300.
Okay, good. You're doing really well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You don't have do you have any cash or any money that's not in retirement?
No, just my emergency fund.
How much is in your emergency fund?
Oh, sorry. It's $1,000 that you suggested.
Okay. All right. It was the starter emergency fund. Okay.
Yes.
So you have $1,000, and that's your entire money you have available?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm asking a lot of questions because once I get the whole picture, I can say clearly what I would do, knowing what I know now, if I woke up in your shoes. Okay?
Right.
For sure, I'm going to call the preacher and go get married at the courthouse or in his office tomorrow. For sure, or in a month, okay? Somewhere in the next month. And then have a big party later, okay, after we clean up some of this debt. Because you got a great income to clean up some of the debt, and you can have a big reception, even if it's 12 months from now, okay, easily, and have the uncles and aunts and that kind of stuff. Because, that's what I would do for sure. Then the only question I've got is how much to spend on a ring, and do I stop everything for a paycheck or two and get a $3,000 or $4,000 ring? And I probably would.
Okay.
And that would do that this month, and I'd get married, the end of the month or the end of next month or whatever, something like that. And because then that allows you to combine all of your efforts safely and correctly, and you'll be able to clear the debt faster. And as you said, you're already playing house, so.
And you love her. You're going to get married to her, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so just go do it.
There was nothing in any of your sentence structure there was any hesitancy in. That's what I was going on.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, we're not doing this so that we can
me.
combine money. We're doing it because you love each other. You're going to get married, so go ahead and do it.
Yeah, just got some stuff out of order, and so let's get back.
I also, like you said, in a different call a while ago, but I saw, there's more buy-in when we are married too, right? Is that she doesn't got to worry about me going anywhere. I don't got to worry about her going anywhere, and I want her to have that stability. You know what I mean? Like as soon as I possibly can. So I'm with you guys on that one.
How's her relationship with your affluent mom and dad?
It's great. They love her.
Okay.
Are mom and dad going to be pissed that you guys go to the courthouse and not have a big wedding?
Well, I did float the idea to my mom, and she was a little like, "Oh, why would you do that?"
Yeah.
But I'm not too concerned.
Because your mom wants to have the party too. But Mom, we are going to have the party. We're just going to have
the affluent mom. Pay for the party.
That's where I was going. Why don't they pay for the wedding?
They're all
the wedding reception, and do it. Even if you did it at Christmas and it was a few months after the actual quote unquote marriage. But I mean, we know several young couples that are like in their 19, 20-year-old types. Okay, that go literally to the courthouse, go sit with a preacher and get married, and then they walk down the aisle with the white dress and the whole thing 4 months later. I've seen that happen a bunch of times, and because that's how the schedule worked out for the stupid venue. But they are legally, morally married, and all that a long time before we all went to the wedding. And a couple of us that are close enough friends actually knew that, but.
My concern with that is that I've asked my parents for so much help, and they've helped me out so much.
They don't really help
I'm not asking them to help you. I'm saying, hey, if y'all want to throw a party, we'll do it now. If you want me to throw the party, we're going to do it in a year.
But they didn't really help you, Jimmy. I mean, in a sense, you're paying interest to your parents. So it's not like they went and paid your debt off. If they did that, I would be like, yeah, that's really generous. They just became your bank. They're not helping you. You're paying them interest. They're making money off you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Kind of weird. I do know people that their parents have paid off their debt so that they don't have to pay interest, and it's a better deal for the kid. But I don't know.
Yeah. So you know your parents better than me, but I'm kind of thinking when you make this announcement that we're going to get married and we're going to have the party over here, if you all want to have the party earlier and you want to finance it, we'll do it earlier for the uncles and aunts, and we'll do that big party in December because we're getting married in a month. And I'm going to go, Dad, I'm going to go get a ring. Mom, take her over there. You all announce it to them. Tell them what your plans are. And then watch and see how generous they become towards the $61,000 and towards the party.
Yeah.
I'm not begging for that. I'm just laying it out, and I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, not even
I just want to. That's why I ask what they thought of her, because that's going to affect their participation.
Mm-hmm.
Their voluntary transportation without you even asking.
Yeah, totally fair.
Your mama might reach across the table and tap her on the hand and go, "Honey, we got this." You never know. You never know. So,
and I hope that for you. Sure.
Yeah, that'd be
Go
great.
have a great party.
That'd be great. Have it. It's a cool question, Jimmy. Thanks for. It's obvious you've been listening to us the way you use some of the words back at us. So thank you for that. Our scripture of the day, Matthew 5:14 and 15. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. Oh, guys, come on. They give me Charlie Kirk quote. Oh, man. If you believe in something, you need to have the courage to fight for those ideas, not run away from them or try and silence them. Wow. Oh, makes me cry. All right. Heather's in Illinois. Hey, Heather, what's up?
Yes, Dave. I need to know your thoughts on a couple things. I'm a 82-year-old widow, and I have approximately, well, first of all, I do own my own home and my car. I have about $236,000 that earns about 4.4%. I also have about $10,000 in an emergency fund, but I have no debts except $16,000 on some windows that I bought, and my payment is not due for 16 months, and there's no interest on them. And I need to know, shall I just wait till the time is up and pay that amount, or should I start paying on it now? Because my other concern is if I should have to go into a nursing home, and I don't know what your thoughts are on that, as far as how much money I need to have set aside.
Okay. What are you living on per month?
About $3,500.
So pretty much your Social Security is covering you?
Social Security and pension, yes.
Okay. What is your pension total? What's the total of those two things? Is that $3,500?
Well, the total of both of them together is $3,526 a month.
Okay. So you're able to live on that without touching the $232?
Yes, I am.
Or even the interest on the $232?
Yes.
You're letting it grow?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The deal with the interest-free windows is if you do not get it paid off exactly on time, they're going to back charge you through the entire contract a huge interest rate. And so as a matter of safety, because those things are a bear trap, those systems, they put those together with the intent that you don't pay it on time. They're a bear trap. And so I want you to go ahead and clear it for no other reason except that I don't want the bear trap to get you.
Okay.
And that way it doesn't give you any, there's no dispute because it's so far away, and you get very clear, complete documentation from them that says paid in full, nothing else due. So they don't come back later and say, you still owed $10, so we're going to charge you interest on the whole thing all the way back through, because that's the kind of thing these shysters do.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that doesn't happen, and let's get very clear documentation, paid in full, and go ahead and pay it. You don't have to do it sometime in the next month or two, okay?
Yeah. Where is the 232 sitting, Heather? Is it just in a high yield savings?
Well, I've got about $206,000 in money market and 30,000 in large cap stocks.
Yeah. Okay. So you can just write a check out of that money market and pay the bill. So call them and get or have them send you an email or something that gives you an exact payoff by an exact date. Send that in and then hound them until they give you some kind of documentation states paid in full, because I don't want the bear trap anywhere near you.
Okay.
So that's a minor thing. That's done. Now we've got $216,000. And because we just spent 16. All right. And now what do we do with nursing home? So what is your home worth?
Oh, about 160 probably.
Okay. All right. And so there's two options really with that you could go with. And I'm going to recommend you go ahead and spend some of your time getting prepared for one or both of them. All right. Option number one is your best option that I like in terms of quality, is I'm going to start investigating full-time care in your home.
Okay.
It's a better quality of life for you. You get to stay in the house, and you got one-on-one care. It's almost like it's hard for someone like you, but it's almost emotionally because you're basically hiring a butler. With a nursing degree.
Sure.
Okay. And I want them to just move in there and take care of Heather. And if you have to have two of them and do two shifts because things get bad, because you need someone night and day, that's still going to be cheaper than a nursing home.
Okay.
And it's going to be nicer for you than a nursing home. Now, if you need more care, you need to have investigated some of the nursing homes in the area. Get in the car and go look at them. Shop. Let's go shopping.
Because on average, what would a good one cost?
Have them price it out in your area. There's probably 3 or 4 within a 20 or 25 mile radius of you there. And let's go. That one's this one's the expensive one, but look at what the stuff they've got. This is the medium, and this is the other medium, and this is the one I don't want to go to. And you're going to find all 3 there, and the expensive, the medium, and the one you don't want to go to. And go ahead and get that figured out, and then that'll tell you what you've got, because your $200,000 is making you only about $8,000 a year. And so if you start burning through that money, we've got to figure out how long it's going to last.
Yes.
And so the nursing home's going to be, okay, let's just make up numbers. If you did the in-house care and it was $10,000 a month, for people working in your home, and that took care of everything, well, I mean, we know what that is. It's 20 months.
Sure.
Okay. I will tell you the interesting stat. It's a little bit depressing because of the way we're talking about it, but the average nursing home stay is only 2.3 years.
Okay.
And I guess that's because by the time you get there, you don't live long. Not because they kill people, but you know what I'm saying. So I mean, we're just at the end times, right? So because I'm looking at that stuff too. I'm 65, and so I'm talking. My wife and I are talking about this stuff too. What are we going to do in this case or that case if something happens to one of us? And is the other one going to just take care of them in the home? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to hire help in the home instead of going to a nursing home.
Your children will help too.
Well, I know I'm not, but you're not moving in. You have a life and stuff. So, but I'll just hire, I'll hire Sharon a butler. I mean, I'll do it. I mean, I'm happy to do that. And so, all that. So anyway, you just kind of got to, you develop a plan and you look at what it costs, and then you see what your burn rate on the money is. And then that tells you that you got $200,000 plus the value of this house to get through that. And if you outlive all of that in a nursing home, you're going to end up in a Medicaid nursing home, which is a welfare nursing home. And it's a different level than the other stuff we're talking about. So, you know, that's going to be your last resort, not your first choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I'm an advocate for building out a system, if it's possible, for medically possible and financially possible, to stay in the home if you can write the checks to cause that to happen.
If you can do it, yep.
Yeah, and some of you that have built large net worths that are listening, that's your best shot, really. That's your best option.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially if the home's paid for everything, like there's not all those expenses.
But for people like Sharon and me or Heather or people that worked our whole lives, the idea of having, Downton Abbey in the house, have the help in the house, so to speak, is weird for us. We don't think, we're not butler type people.
Mm-hmm.
So we've kind of got to get our emotions around that if we're going to do it. But
I mean, they are medically trained
I
professionals.
know, but I'm just saying, we're going to ring a little bell here. It's just a little strange for people like me. Yeah. That puts this hour of the Ramsey Show in the books. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.